welcome back to another episode of Togl. Hope you've had a great week. This week we've got a few things to show you. Right now we're heading down to Deloraine. We're going to a craft fair that's happening down there. Apparently it's the largest one each year in Tassie, so hopefully we get to see lots of cool stuff, get some good ideas, try some nice samples if we're lucky as well. And then we'll also show you a little bit up the property later on after that. We've got a little bit of footage of Cody doing some more milling. We've got a tree or two that we need to bring down and get some more work done on that bridge. So, but today it's a lovely Saturday and Kay and I are just cruising down, enjoying the day. We thought we'd bring you along and show you this craft fair. So we'll see you down there.
Actually, once you get used to it, your threads tell you where to go, because you sort of you're only working with two pair at one time.
Yeah.
So the pattern's in underneath, and the little lines in between the holes are the direction that you're travelling.
So we've just caught one of the free buses down from the other venues. They run them every 10 minutes because there's about 7 or 8 venues. They're scattered right across the township of Deloraine. So now we're down looking at more of the farm machinery and farm displays. Yeah. So yeah, they're all better. Picks it up. Nice on gentle with it, bad mine.
Yeah, it does make me like that. Everything's better than the sheep. It's so soft. Come back. We actually go in there.
Yeah.
Does it look like they're about to go? Surprise you.
The ones over there, that's why they go through lock. Are they Angora? Like a different...
They're a different breed of alpaca. Because I want to be made at first. Yeah. Even though there's no male around. Yeah. It's not a real big problem.
Yeah.
Those nasty kids are gone. I'll go back to wherever they were going. It's a few.
So as you can see here, me and Dad have gone out this morning, about 10, 11 o'clock. We've cut up, borrowed a friend's trailer and brought back 4 quite fairly decent sized cypress logs, fairly well seasoned, a little bit waterlogged. And I think the priority for these ones is mainly beehives, and might take a few to make some shells, but right now Dad's just unloading those and I'm about to finish milling up this slab that I was doing the other day. take you for a little walk. So with these bandsaw blades, these teeth are very, very fine and skinny. As you can see there, they're very, very skinny. If it'll focus. No, it won't. There we go. And if only one of these are bent down just a millimetre, it leaves all of these ridges in it. See, that's probably less than a millimetre, as you can kind of see there. And it's just left these ridges the entire way down, and just these tiny little cuts across the grain. And see, Dad just sharpened it, but you can see here as well, there's actually a big bow in it right there. So it cut really well for that length. And then it got to here, and it went dip and back over. So we do have another blade. Gorgeous wood. We do have another blade. I'll go and swap this out and give it another crack and see how we go. You good?
Snap the bolt.
Well, I was about to sit down here and show you how I go through each separate tooth on the entire bandsaw blade and try and straighten the teeth out, because as you can see, there's no bent teeth just here. Every now and then you'll find a bent tooth, just like that. Come on, focus, right there, see it? And as we were talking, Dad's here trying to unload these cypress logs, managed to snap one of the bolts and bend the other one. Because these logs are just that heavy. That's half of it. That's the other one laying flat. Where is it?
Yeah. I'm going to have to make sure that comes out before we start milling. We do not.
Where's the rest of the bolt?
Still hanging in there.
Good job.
Yeah, well, it's been bent a few times, so I guess it just got bent one too many times and snapped clean off.
Let's
buy some more.
Oh well. The joys of this type of work, I guess. And now he's going to get this one off too. Oh, we'll just drag that one off, I guess. Oh well, back to it. Not my day today. Not my bloody day. I'm not sure if that was just slightly over tightened or if it's been bent so many times now, but it just snapped on me and nearly made me soil myself. Cannot believe that. Oh well, let's try and pull it out and see the damage, I guess. Blade snapped. Snapped. Snappy. Straight in half. It's not my day today.
Obviously they don't like having the
Uh,
you might have had it too tight.
It's either that or it might have been a little too tight, but that blade had a few buckles in it. I kind of was expecting it, but not really.
I've actually got to buy myself a tinch. I've got to buy a torque wrench so I can, because these do have a torque setting that you tighten them to.
Do they? Oh, that's really jammed in there. Maybe it just punched it.
Maybe.
Because I was trying to just skim a layer off the top, try and get back to a flat surface, but...
Oh, that. Yeah. There you go.
Well.
Oh. Live and learn.
That is not ideal. Well, on to the next blade, I guess. It's not like I just sat there for half an hour drinking my coffee trying to straighten it or anything.
Like you said, you were sitting there drinking your coffee.
Yeah.
Alright.
Take 3,058. Right, let's take 5,094. So I've tensioned this again. I have filled it up and I've dropped it down 1.5 inches to try and take another slab off for a set of shelves that I'm putting. Let's get it going again, eh? Oh, now the battery's dead. That's all for today, folks. I'm done.
Well, it's not the nicest of days up here today, unfortunately. Pity it wasn't like yesterday when we were out at the craft market. But anyway, we'll get done what we can get done. First thing we're going to do today is we're going to get one of those big cypress logs that you saw me getting off the trailer. We're going to get one of them on the mill and mill that up. I need to get some panels for the beehive to get the beehive finished. Once we've done that, we'll probably do some work down in the creek, getting the base ready for where we put the bridge through. It is quite windy today, so unless that wind dies off this afternoon, I probably won't be falling a tree today either. So we're up here for the whole day. We'll just assess it and we'll see how we go. Alright, so Cody and I have been pretty busy taking all of the sides off this, so now we've got this beautiful rectangle 1.6 meters long. Now the boards I need for the roof of the beehive need to be 1.5 meters long, which is why when we cut these lengths we cut them to the 1.6. A little bit to just trim off each end, neaten it up if we need to, but they only need to be half this width. So now that we've got this all squared up, I'm going to do one cut right through the middle to make the two rectangles, and then individually each rectangle will be put up onto the track here, and that distance there, that will become one of the roof planks for the beehive. So now there's a special technique that we're going to do as well, because I actually need them to be thicker on one end than the other as I start to shave them. So what we're going to do is, once we've got this stood up, is I'll let it sit flat, we'll shave it, then I'll stand one edge up by 1 centimetre, take another cut, then lower it back down, take another cut, lift it back up, take another cut, and it should end up with subsequent planks which will have a chamfer from thick down to thin, and they're what we use in the roofing. You'll get the idea as we go. But that there is a beautiful big piece of wood, like, yeah, amazing, beautiful timber. So this is what we've already sliced off. All these pieces here were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slabs thick there. There's the bottom 3, and then it actually goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's one under there. So there's 11 really nice 1-inch slabs, and then we've got all these bits of back slab here. I'm actually thinking I'm going to use this one right here as a beehive front. It's actually got a natural hole right there, so that should look pretty cool. We'll see how we go with that anyway. But yeah, so all of this really usable timber we've already taken off of that one log, and then we've still got that right there being guarded by our ferocious guard dog. Diesel, what you doing? Yep. Okay, so this is 1/2 of that block, the other half's over there. Beautiful big slab of cyprus, macrocarpa. So what we did was, we took a 7mm slice off of the top, and I've cut these 2 grooves in it. Now this is what I was explaining about. That there is perfectly level. What I will do now is, I can get that, slide that in there. Now the reason I cut those notches is, the further in, if I was to just put a shim in, the further in the shim goes, the more of a tilt we get. I need this to be exact every time. That cannot move in any further because it fits around these. So now this is at an angle. When I cut through dead level, I'm going to have a thicker edge coming down to a thinner edge. That gives me a profiled plank. Then I take this out, and remembering now the cut that I just made is now going to be tilted at an angle. But when I cut in dead horizontal, I've now got one that's shimmed the opposite way. So simply by doing a cut as it is, a cut with the board, a cut as it is, a cut with the board, keep putting it in and out, it'll teeter the block, and I should end up with those lovely roof panels, which, that's the theory. So we're going to give one a cut. We'll see how it looks. I'll show you in a second. that worked perfectly. So as you can see, I've now got this roof panel. You can see I've got that thickness here coming down to being nice and thin there. So these will sit on the roof like this, and then another one in behind it. That's exactly what I needed to do, so it's worked perfectly. So now, what I'll do is, because that cut is now perfectly horizontal, I pull that out. Now this is going up at an angle. When the next cut is perfectly horizontal, I've got a thick end there and a nice thin edge there. We just keep teetering it. This is going to work fine. There we are, thick to thin, makes a beautiful roof tile, so to speak. And as I said, these are about 1.6 long. I need them to be 1.5, so it means that I can shave a bit off each end, get them all nice and square. So I need 6 of these per beehive. So out of that piece and that piece, I'm probably going to have enough for 15 beehives, maybe 20 beehives, who knows. But there's a lot of these planks in these 2 blocks. It'll set me up for a while. That's how they're going to look. So what we're doing now is we're going to take the tractor down to the creek. We want to dig some of the gravel out to get the base ready for the bridge. So we know we're going to have the tractor stuck, that's a given. So we've already hooked up the winch. Cody's just backing the tractor down there now. As he backs down, he'll pull out the winch, make it easier than us dragging the winch out when we need it. So down he goes, dragging out the winch line with him. And then we're just going to use the backhoe. We'll dig out a heap of gravel. We want the gravel base to then put a big slab on, and then put pylons on. I'll explain when we get down there. So you can see down in there where I'd actually started throwing gravel out by hand. All that gravel there, I basically pulled that out by hand. Got down there on my knees in the creek, pulled it all out. But now we decided, yeah, let's just get the tractor down there. Sure, she's going to get stuck, but we can pull her back out again anyway. And get the last of the gravel out that we need.
Thor, you're in my way, mate. Thor, Diesel, you're in my way, boy. Thor,
Get out there.
Come on, you're in my way. Back here. Come on. Here. Sit. Good boy. He's all, mate. Ready, down, goes under. Yeah. Stay. Sit. Sit. Thor, sit. Good boy. Diesel.
Almost all I can get out.
Diesel. Get here. Come on. Thor, sit. Sit. Diesel, come here. Stop. Sit. Sit. Stay. How far around can you reach? Can you reach the bottom at full tilt?
Just barely scratched on the bottom.
What about all the way to the right? Or is that as far as you can go?
No, I'd go a bit more for you.
I mean, you're still getting full buckets. Yeah, still getting full buckets.
Yeah, I can't reach any. When I reach out, I'm barely scratching, but I'm still pulling a little bit off the bottom.
Yeah.
That's as far around as I can come. And then I just make contact at the bottom there. I'm still getting a little bit off the bottom.
Yeah.
Thought I was losing there.
Go off, sit down. Good boy, stay. We might just have to inch it forwards a bit.
Yeah, that's what it'll be, I think.
Just needs a third arm on it. Because you can still dip. You still got a foot underneath that arm to the log there.
Yeah.
So if you keep, as you're scooping, if you go down there, you should get another few scoops out of there at least.
Yeah. Whoop. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, don't get that close.
I'm not building the road there anymore.
Hey?
Good thing I'm not building the road there anymore.
Yeah.
Well, we've had a pretty good day so far, milling up that timber. Got a bit of work done down on the creek. Yeah, that tractor was bogged. We had to pull it out again, but that's why we had it hooked up the way that we did. Anyway, the wind's dropped off a bit, the sun's out, but the air's still a bit cool, hence the jacket. So we thought, well, let's come and see if we can get this tree down. But we're all out of time for this episode, so you're going to have to wait till next week to see us bring this tree down. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. There's been a lot of different things. Highly recommend that craft fair if you ever get to come down for that. It's on every year. That was really good. We really enjoyed that. So, but right now, I'm going to go and take this tree down. So I hope you've had a great week. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. I'll catch you soon. Cheers.